Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever it is, wherever you are, we welcome you. My name is Marjorie, and I am with Food for Your Soil. And today I want to talk about artichokes. Growing artichokes, it's a beautiful plant. It grows very large and will put up a beautiful bloom. It is in the thistle family, and they say that if you are not an artichoke eater, try it fresh. It tastes better. The only problem is I've just never really been successful in growing it. I can germinate it, and it needs a cold period in order for it to put out a fruit. But one of the things that they say is that you can trick it. Well, maybe I'm not that kind of trick because for some reason I can't do it, but every year I will continue to try. So, how I go about it is that they say that it could take a while to germinate. That I've got down to an art form. I can germinate my artichoke seeds within days, and but it comes time. You're supposed to do this, I believe, like early in January, and then you transplant it because it needs maybe about 30 days of cold, and then that gives it a good chance of throwing up a choke. But I didn't do that because if it hasn't worked in 2 years, I need to try something different. Now, I'm not saying it won't work for you because don't damn it till you try it. But this year, I'm going to be a little more conservative. I've got 2, 4, 6 plants here that are still in their seed trays. I'm not going to put it outside to kill it. I'm going to just let it grow as large as it can in its current environment. And I'm about to up pot them, meaning I'm going to put them in a bigger pot so that they can grow. And hopefully they are perennials in, I believe it may be from zone 7, 8. No, zone 6 up maybe. I'll get back to you on that one. But I'm just going to try to grow it as a plant with zero expectations and then let it exceed mine. So the way I'll do this is I'm going to start with my soil mix, which is a combination of, I use potting soil, plain potting soil, no fertilizer. I add bone meal, a little perlite, and some compost. I am a lover of black cow, but again, I will use anything that will give it the nutrients in which it needs. I then also have some of these pots for which I have labeled because that's important. Because today it looks like artichoke, tomorrow it looks like a tomato. That's really not true, but you get the point. We think we know where we've placed things, and next thing you know, they either come up missing or we were wrong. So what I do is I've mixed mine because in my new office I have a table large enough. I mix my soil in a little container like this, and I moisten it. And then what I do is I mix it up really well, and I put some in a pot. Now, I'm not trying to insult you folks who say, like, Marta, we know how to put it in a pot. Well, then go ahead and put it in a pot. But for those that are new and starting out, I want to give you grace and as much information as I can so that you can feel successful and hopefully it'll work out. So I filled it not all the way up to the top, but pretty close. And what I'm going to do is take my healthiest plant. There are 2 in this tray that I'm about to put out. And I'm going, let me do it first. And that's the one thing I'll tell you. The reason why these are they come in like 12 and 72. I don't like that number of things because when I'm trying to take something out, it's too much finagling. But you do you. So okay, well, yeah, that's dirt in my eye. That's awesome. So be careful. Maybe I need to wear goggles when doing this. Or I need to stop planting them in these silly things. I want to carefully take it out, not to disturb any root system that has started. And I want you to see how it really works because I see people on the videos. I'm like, how does theirs just come out just like that? Because they're trying to sell you something. This is the hell, and it's all right to go through some hell. Here we go. And you see those roots at the bottom? Okay, it's about to fall. Hold on. Here we go. See those roots at the bottom? That's some good stuff. I'm going to take one of the plants, the stronger of the two, and I'm just gently prying the roots apart. And I'm going to make a little indentation. Mind you, my soil is slightly moistened. And I'm going to put it right there in the center and add soil around it. So you notice that I started with gloves on and then I took the gloves off. There's something about me that needs to feel this soil, but I warn you, I never even thought about it until I went to go log into my phone and I could not use biometrics because it can turn your finger, or especially your thumb, if that's what you use for your biometrics, into a rasp. And it won't identify it. So wear your gloves, y'all. It is good. It's a good practice, but there is something beneficial about putting your hand in soil. It does give you a euphoria. There is some science behind it that I'll tell you more about later, but because my ADD isn't set up like that, I need to focus on talking to you about planting the artichoke. So what I'm also doing is I'm just pressing the soil down a little bit to give the plant stability, not mashing it. You know, it's not like potatoes, but I just want it to be firm. I don't want it to have a lot of air pockets so that I can get really good drainage. And here it is. It's going to be my artichoke. I have 5 more to do. I don't think you want to hang around for the ride. Just watch this one over and over again if that's your choice. But I thank you for joining. And if this works out well, if you are successful, hey, please post on my site. Join us and tell us how, because I know a lot, but I sure have a lot to learn. So thank you for joining and have a great growth. Get growing. Get grown. Have a good one.